everyone, welcome to the next video in this Ivy and the Inky Butterfly page, and we have this sort of florals and greenery left to go. Ooh, let's just clear the page off. Now I'm going to come in a little bit closer, but because I want to do all the flowers at the same time, I sort of want to keep them in shot like that. Might that be a bit irritating? I'm not sure. I have a think while I choose my colour. Now, I always think these look a bit like bluebells. We could do them blue, but I think it's... should we do them multicoloured? I think that would be fun. And because our books are all multicoloured, so I think that would look better. So I'm going to grab some random colours. That'll be fun. So I've grabbed this colour. This is the Shiraz from the Dragon set. Actually, let's come in a little closer. I can't get it right into the middle. I just don't have the space on my desk. So we'll come in there so you can see what I'm doing. Let's sharpen this Shiraz. Oh, excuse me, having a sniff there. There we go. And what I'm going to do first is put a light layer on. So don't press too hard if you're colouring along. Just a light layer. Now you can use any sort of dark pinky red for this if you don't have the this particular one. Now I've been trying a new technique for things with lines, and I'm going to show you. I think I've done it in another video actually, but I've been doing a dark layer here and then doing less as I come towards the other line. Oh, I can hear the water running. My boys are washing up for me. And then start this one and do the same thing. Yeah, we've had tea and I wanted to get this video done. And I don't normally record after tea because I get tired, but I sort of said, would you mind just washing up the pan? We all used it. Well, we all ate the food that was in it. So they're washing up, because normally we throw everything in the dishwasher, but we have a lovely non-stick pan that we use for our sort of stir fry, which is what we had tonight, stir fry veggies. There we go. So it looks almost sort of layered. It gives it a sort of slightly, very easy way to create a sort of 3D effect. So I rather like that. Now I think I will do this one blue. They're probably all joined with the same stem and things like that, but I'm going to pretend I haven't noticed. You may not like that idea, and if you want to do something, I'm just trying to find my next colour. If you want to do them so that they are all the same colour, of course, do that. But I'm just thinking, I'm actually looking at my books, and I'm sort of the pile of books and picking colours that I use for the book. So here's the blue. Forget Me Not from the Black Widow set. This is the sort of original spider set. Same method again, so a light layer. I love doing light layers like this. It's so relaxing. Just gentle strokes. And then just do a darker bit here and then start to fade it. Yeah, I wanted to just get this series finished. I'm thinking I might have to get used to doing some videos in the evening and things like that to fit it all in. So I thought I would do that today, and I'm not too tired yet. My voice sounds a bit tired, I think, but I don't feel tired in myself. So we've got 4 on this side to do. So we've used a sort of red and a blue, which are our top 2 books. Our next book was a green. I'm not going to do, well, it's a bluey green, not going to do that. Then we had a browny green, we had a purple. I think I'd just go for a violet right away, and I'm going to use the Space, which is my favourite one. It's getting quite small, but I know that you can buy the Black Widow's open stock from their Facebook page. So I will do that if I need to at some point when I can justify the cost. At the moment it's tricky with our bathroom works having to happen, husband semi-retiring and everything else. It's like, oh, all at once. But I'm just feeling very fortunate that that we've got a retirement fund that we can dig into, and we can manage. You know, a lot of people wouldn't be as lucky. So this lead is a bit wibbly wobbly. I can feel it wibbling, but I don't want to sharpen it again because it's so short. But I'm just doing my best to be gentle with it. Whoop. I should use it from the other side, I think. Put the pressure from the other way. There we go. Actually the same colour as the book. I thought I was using a slightly different colour. Never mind. I think we haven't got any orange in this picture. We've got a little bit on the bee, as orangey, but I think I'm going to do an orange flower. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't just introduce an orange. There isn't loads of oranges actually, but I'm going to go into my dragon set and do, there's a, what's it called, light rust. It's a bit of a different orange. Oh, it's very hard for you to see. There we go. The dragon pencils, the colours are hard for me to show you. Oh, it needs a sharpen. There we go. And I think orange and purple, I mean, some people are like, that's just horrible together, but I think this sort of almost clash gives a sort of pop effect, which is quite fun. And just gently try and do this the same way. It's really small. It's a little, well, I've coloured smaller, but to do this technique in a small space is a bit tricky, but there we go. It's still raining. I'm glad we went out early. I mean, it's rather late now. I wouldn't be going out this late. But even so, where should we go next? We could go dark blue, we could go light pink. I've been thinking maybe a peachy colour. What have we got? We have got a peach. I think it might be a bit pale. I'm just going to have a look on my swatch chart. Yeah, it is a bit too pale. I think the orange petal is a better colour, but that maybe it's too orangey. Oh, it's a dilemma, isn't it? Let's go for bruise. Dragon has a colour called bruise. It's a fun name, isn't it? I think that might be it. Yeah. And it's a sort of greyish purpley pink. So again, on with a light layer. And then start here. I was watching a really fun video earlier. It was on the BBC, and we have the elections coming up, and our Prime Minister lives in number 10 Downing Street. I don't know if people are aware of that. So when a new person gets elected, they move in. I guess it's similar to America, where they live in the White House. Am I right? I think so. I don't know, a bit ignorant when it comes to other politics, really. Anyway, I'm choosing this colour while I'm chattering, and in 10 Downing Street there's a cat who lives there called Larry, and one of our previous Prime Ministers, going to do a red. I am going to do a ladybug from the spider set. Anyway, so when we had David Cameron was our Prime Minister, he got a cat because there were rats in Downing Street, and the cat's called Larry, and the cat is often seen outside Downing Street. There's always cameramen, and when something really important's happening, if the Prime Minister's going to come out and make a speech, or if there are lots of people going into 10 Downing Street for some reason or another, whatever it might be, the press are always there, the media, you know, crowding outside. And I'm going to come out a little now to fit both sides in, because we're going to start doing the leaves. And Larry the cat often is there. I quite like, I'm trying to think about what colours to do the leaves. I love olives, but they're not going to really go with these greeny blues that we've already started doing. So I think we either need to go with greeny blues or more mid-coloured leaves. I think I'm going to start with the toxic green from the Black Widow and then just work from there. This one is a fairly bluish green. I'm going to start with this one here, which actually goes all the way to here and all the way up there. And I am going to sharpen it and show you how I'm going to do it. Now it's overlapping, I mean there's another leaf overlapping it. So I'm going to make it darker here where it's touching the other leaf. So I'm just going to layer it up here. I'm just going to do this top section first, layering it up here and then gently fading it like that. So the idea is that this side here, this left, is darker and then I fade it towards the edge. So when David Cameron moved out of, I think this one might be this next leaf. When David Cameron moved out of 10 Downing Street, he couldn't take Larry the cat with him because Larry's house was there and he was sort of looked after by the staff. You know, obviously the Prime Minister doesn't look after his own cat, you know. So, so Larry stayed and Theresa May moved in, and then Liz Truss was in there for about a week or two, and then I'm picking my next colour. I'm going to go for the Irish green, which is part of the Scorpion set. Here it is, it just says green. And now here we've got one with the stem. So I'm going to do it slightly differently and I'm going to make it darker along each side. I'm going to colour the stem just gently. I'm going to make it darker each side. So and now then we had Boris Johnson in there. He had a dog which apparently didn't get on very well with Larry. And then we had we've also got Rishi Sunak in there at the moment, who's also I think got a dog. But Larry the cat, the video about Larry sort of talked about this, but also the different things that Larry's done that are quite fun. It was sort of, they interviewed the photographers that are always there. And they said there's a great time when Donald Trump and his wife, First Lady, were visiting and Downing Street. And they were, that's interesting because that carries on there. It doesn't on this side, but anyway. And they were posing outside the door for photographs, as dignitaries do. And Larry was just sitting on the windowsill. So a lot of the press took an extended photo, so they sort of zoomed out. So Larry was in the picture because everyone loves Larry. They want to know what he's doing, where he is, all that sort of thing. But of course, that took the attention away. I'm going to use Fizz from the Dragon set next. Took the attention away from what the photograph was supposed to be of, which certainly wasn't supposed to be Larry. So what has happened, sadly, lately, is if Larry's hanging around and dignitaries are about, he gets carried inside. Poor Larry. So this is Fizz. Oh, there we go. In the Dragon set. And we're going to do this rather elaborate, interesting looking. I think I'm going to just do a light layer first over this one. It's quite an interesting looking leaf. So it was quite fun. My boys visited London and went to Downing Street and got to stand outside the door and have their photo taken. I have never seen the photo. Unfortunately, one of the children in the photo didn't have permission for their photos to be shared, so I never got to see it. But anyway, I am wondering if this is a separate leaf to this. I think it is. I'm going to colour this in and then come back to this one later. Now I was tempted to do each one a bit like this and do each one, but they're so small. I'm going to sort of go down the middle like I did with the last one and put more colour here and then fade it. Yes, so my first question for them was, did you see Larry? But they were like, no, they didn't see Larry, so that was a shame. It was very sad. That's all you go for, isn't it? Now this looks very similar to this one, which isn't on the other side, so I'm tempted to just use this colour to colour it with. like that, just a gentle layer, and a little bit more in the middle. Where does this live? Oh, over here. Now I think I need to do this one a little bit darker, because partly because it's behind, it'll be slightly shadowed, and because I've messed it up a bit. I don't want to use the wizard though, which is really dark, because we've used it already. I think I'm looking at some of the other dark colours. No, it's not really going to work. I think I'm going to have to use the... Oh, I could use the turquoise, which is in the scorpion set. Yeah, it's a sort of bluey green. It should work. Turquoise. Interesting how this is printed on in white, my Cobra's printed on in gold, the spider's printed on in red, the dragon's in orange, and the Monarch is gold. It's quite interesting. It's not a lot of consistency. So for this one I think I will go along this edge and then take the colour across, and then we'll be able to see the difference between the two items. Yeah, so it was a great bit of film footage of Larry chasing a pigeon and catching it and nearly eating it. But apparently quite often the doorman or policemen that are outside chase the pigeons off to stop Larry doing it. It's not going to make a very nice picture, is it, on the front of the paper of this the cat? But I mean, that is what they do, isn't it, cats? And in fact, yeah, my niece tells me that her cat, she says her cat thinks that humans are very silly, and he never sees them catching their own food to eat, so he thinks they're hungry, so he takes them food, and often takes her partly dead animals. Lovely. Now I'm going to try and do some of the stems the same colour as each other. I feel that might sort of look right. So I'm going to grab the pine, which is another dragon colour, and I'm going to do the stems of the flowers. So I'm not going to do anything too spectacular because they're quite narrow. I'm just going to colour them in and see what that leaves us with, really. I think that is a bit of it too. I guess, is that? Maybe not, no. So that's that one. Now I'm wondering if this curled one is part of it. I think I want to do this curled one as well. Although it's now got that. No, I won't do that. And here we do all the stems as well. And then we should be getting somewhere, really. Now I was going to make all these a similar length, but I don't think I want to stop now and then do another one, because I don't think I'll get a very long video out of the last little bit, especially as a lot of these bits are quite narrow, so it's not going to be lots of layering. So I think we'll just finish it here. Finish the page here. I'm not going to be doing any backgrounds or anything too fancy. Just picking out some colours. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. Now what I want to do next is the sort of grass. So I think, where's my swatch chart? I think I'm going to use the emerald, which is a Monarch colour. Yeah, here it is, emerald, and I'm going to use that for all the grass. Now you could fade the grass towards the tip. I think I might try and do that. I think this bit is a bit of grass too. This colour looks fairly similar to the stems, not that similar though, I guess. was just thinking about the fact that I need to ask my plumber when he's here doing the huge shower job to do a little job as well. My son's loo isn't, it does flush, it flushes away, it flushes everything away, but when the tank fills up, it only lets in water in little bits. It's very odd. There's something seems to be sticking, so it needs a new mechanism in there. But anyway, I've got a date for the electricians to come and do me a quote. I'm wondering whether to do this because it looks a little bit grassy in the same colour. Scratching my head. No, let's choose a different colour. Why not? What colour is the sapphire? It's not quite blue. Excuse me, bluey enough. I think I'll use the this one. I can't remember what it's called. It's the Everglade. Okay, and I'm going to use it for this here. It's going to be quite a lot lighter and bluier, more turquoisey, but that's okay. That's the sort of way we're going. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups now. Where we're going with this page. I'm just going to sharpen it and then do on the other side. We've got two sort of curls, which I'm going to do in the same colour. You can fade it up towards the tip or change it up and do it the other way around if you wish. I don't think I did that on my last one, but I'm going to have a go on this one. Get a little bit lighter down here. I'm just going to darken that one up a bit down there. Okay, now we have a couple of bits left. Let's have a look. What should we use? The opal is a little bit too blue. Maybe if we use the toxic green. Yeah, but the fang green, that's a bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the fang green. It's quite dark, but I think it all just about works. I'm just going to give it a sharpen. So fang green, this is from the spider set, and I'm going to use it for this here. Just going to do it lightly to start with, because I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with it. Put a light layer on, then I've got lots of options. I think I'm going to darken it down the middle. We've sort of done that for some of the others. There we go. Okay, now I've got these little teeny leaves left. I am wondering whether to do them the same colour as the ones around the edge, but I can't remember what colour I did them. Was it a green glow? Maybe, but I'm going to have a quick look. I think I might do them in the sapphire, which is a Monarch pencil. Just trying to see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. I haven't sort of ordered them or anything really, so I'm a little bit unsure as to where to find them at the moment. Here we go. Sapphire. And I'm going to just try to make them a little bit lighter at the base than the tip. They're quite bright, aren't they? Now I'm going to do that bit as well, that shape. I don't really know what it is. And then across to here. And I must remember we've got those little teardrop, water drop shapes at the bottom. And I think I might just use one of the pinks that I've used. Maybe this pink. Oh, that's bruise, isn't it? Yeah, maybe I'll use that. So up we come, just for these. Let's just work out where to pop this there. So what do we use? Bruise. Where is it? There. So back to our bruise colour. I'm going to try my hardest to make them a little lighter in the middle, but I didn't succeed on that one, or that one, or that one, so maybe I won't try this time, because if it works it'll look a little odd. And now I'm just going to have a quick scan. I think it's all done. Let's come out a little, move my pencil sharp, put the book into view. There we are. You can see my book underneath and all my mess. But there we are. So that is the last one. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that one. Yeah, I have something else for you hopefully tomorrow. I have no idea what, but you'll have to wait and see. But as I said in my first video, this swatch chart is available in my Ko-fi shop. Now, I have already said that one of these I feel is in the wrong order, and you may think quite a few of them are, because obviously it's quite a personal thing. I do supply you with an Excel file, so you can actually edit it yourself and move the order around and change all my spelling mistakes if you find them. I think it's free of spelling mistakes, I'm not sure. Anyway, you can move them around as you wish before you then print it out and swatch it yourself. So it's up to you, because you might feel that these mango and honeycomb are a bit too yellow. You might not want your sort of peaches and pinks there. You know, it's always a little bit difficult to know where to fit the peaches in. And normally I go from orange to red, but I decided to pop the peaches and pinks in first. You know, you might not like that. So it's all very subjective. So you can have a look and have a play around if you want, or just print off the PDF and just swatch away. But thank you again for watching. Please do like, subscribe and comment. And I hope you have a very happy day. Happy colouring.